gentlemen, it's time for the Pause Up Golf Classic. With us today and representing Claflin University Athletic Department, Tony O'Neill and his assistant, Dionne McCullum. We're welcome, and we want you to tell everybody what you got coming up now.
Well, it's our fourth annual Pause Up Golf Tournament, as well as our Soiree. The Soiree was invented as a opportunity to bring the community in and listen to the live band, meet our celebrity stars, mingle with the staff, meet the coaching staff, and any athletes that we may have in the building, and just be welcome to Claflin University Athletics. So the party is the party, and it is a phenomenal event. And then we get into that hot sun the next day and drink a lot of fluid because it's hot in South Carolina, but it's a beautiful thing. So that's our 10th and 11th weekend, and we're excited about it.
Well, having been there before myself, it's quite an event. You talk about the Soiree celebrity event. Your coaching staff is a celebrity. Who y'all have coming today that y'all say are celebrities to everybody else, but in Orangeburg, it's the Claflin athletic staff.
You know what, mate? You know, that is true. Orangeburg has really taken a liking to our coaching staff. We do have a wonderful coaching staff, and they get out in the community. But, you know, we have South Carolina State graduate, Detroit Lion, Robert Porcher, South Carolina graduate, and Seattle Seahawks, Dwayne Harper. He's been with us. Nashawn Ginyard with the New Orleans Saints. And we have Big Ben Coates, play with the New England Patriots. Of course, we have the two who spearheaded it with Nashawn was Eric Williams, three-time Super Bowl champ, and along with Chris Canty, two-time Super Bowl champ. Last night got word that Daquan Cook, NBA three-point shooter champion, will be joining us. Mark Baker from the Ohio State teams back in the early 90s that competed against our Michigan Wolverines. You know, being from Detroit, she can't stand that piece. But, yeah, so we added a few. James Black, he's still popping his head in here, putting together he did something a little different. He wanted not just to be at the Soiree, but to put a class together where he could talk to young African-American students who look to get into the Hollywood scene, the acting scene. So we changed it up a little bit, but we're excited, you know, about the group that's coming in here. And did I miss anybody?
Norris Cole.
Norris Cole. Yeah,
also
Norris.
the new one coming in this year.
Yeah,
Norris
big
Cole.
Norris coming, yeah.
All these Ohio people, you know, in Michigan, but all these Ohio folks coming in this year, but we bringing the Midwest down.
Yeah, so Norris is also NBA champion. He played with LeBron James and the Miami Heat, and give you a little history behind that. You know, my brother coached at Dayton Dunbar High School, and he coached Norris as well as they Cook. And when they went on to their NBA careers, they made sure we were a part of that as a family. And they just kept trying to maneuver their schedule so they could be a part of this weekend. And it all started with Mark Baker, who played with my brother in high school at Dayton Dunbar when they won the state championship. So like she said, that Ohio connection a little bit, you know, bringing it down. And but I'm just happy that the guys, you know, paid attention to are paying attention to what we're doing and wanted to come out and play golf with us. Yeah.
Well, Tony, let's keep this 100. A lot of those are your teammates and guys that you grew up with, and I just think it's outstanding when you have former athletes that are able to stay connected and do things to support each other.
Yes.
It's so often that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
But to be able to see it relive itself through you and your relationships with a lot of these athletes and Dionne reaching out to people she knows, I just think that it's exemplary that people get together for a common good, for a common cause, to help raise money for a really good cause.
Yeah. And Mick, I will say this too. Nashawn, I forgot. Nashawn also played for my brother at Dayton Dunbar. And he played football and came down here and played for Lou Holtz in South Carolina before he went on to, you know, and I think the beauty of it for me is, like you said, I remember, and we laugh about this all the time, when we were eating oodles and noodles, and to where we are today and how God has blessed us to be here. And then to see the generational gaps, like even what people don't realize, Dionne is from Detroit, but Dionne is 4 generations, four, but people don't, oh, y'all knew each other in Detroit. Dionne is the same age as her sister. I call her my daughter too, my oldest daughter. They're a couple of months apart. But just the love and support, and these guys have been doing it. Oh, Chris Gent, I almost forgot Chris. He's with the Charlotte Hornets right now. Chris is driving over. And I'm still working on Mad Max. And Mad Max has been on this podcast doing his thing. So these guys, and they don't ask for nothing. They come out, support, we give them the gift baskets and take care of the hotels, and they come out here to support, and that's just God. That's just God. Those are some great guys. Last year when we got Robert Porcher, I'm looking at him and I'm like, he's standing around a whole lot of people. So I said, I ain't walking up to Robert Porcher, but I know how to get his attention. Dionne, go say hi to Robert Porcher. And said, what up, though? And his head turned, and the rest was history.
Right. Oh man, I know, and I've seen it. I've seen the camaraderie, the soiree. I kind of was like, let's see how that goes. But man, that, for those of you who don't know, that's a must-attend event. That's something you need to go to and see and experience that Friday. I mean, it's the golf tournament is nice, but the soiree and everybody talking, mingling, in a family, it's almost like a family cookout.
Yes.
It's just really kind of a laid-back, relaxed atmosphere. No bouginess. Everybody just talking. It's just really kind of special.
Yeah, man. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. And I always tell the story. I was just looking for, the pairing party. This was their idea. They said, no, this is an event. We're going to turn this into an Orangeburg Classic event. And, again, but it goes back to something, I've been doing this a long time, been in the business, but I always tell people what I believe the secret of my success is being able to adapt and get out the way and listen, not just hear people, but listen to what they're saying and then put it in action. And then, in most cases I get out the way, and let them put their little magical spin on it. And it works. It works for us. Our coaches are, buy in. Yesterday, I will officially tell the world I have officially moved to Orangeburg, South Carolina, and it was 110 degrees out there, and I needed some help on that last leg. I called up here, and my coaching staff was right there. The fellas just came over and helped us out. But it's just beautiful what we have here at Claflin. Prez came over there. He had to see the house, but what we have here is special, and what we're doing for these kids is special as well.
Yes, and that's what people need to understand about the event. It's always about the kids, and the Claflin crew is a special crew. And one of the things I have to say, that Promised Land band.
Yes, sir.
Man, they're a little special, and they do a good job. And every time that we do something with Claflin, we got the background music that we're playing, and we put on there is from the Promised Land band. Now I see Moses Smith's name is up front on it. Moses.
Oh yeah.
It's like Mel Beverly and the Blue Notes. I mean,
right. Frankie Beverly and Mays. Yeah. Moses does a great job for us, yes. His band, and when he brings that violinist, they already know I'm gonna lose it, and they hit a few songs that they know that we just love, and me and my wife get up and we dance. And we were together last week at our Board of Trustees retreat, and they came in and performed for us again. But they do a great job for us, and they really support what we're doing.
Dionne, I see you there. I know a lot of this falls on you to put together, Tony kind of coordinates it, and then he does what he does because he has a staff that can effectively handle it and see his vision.
Yes.
Walk us through Friday at the Soiree up until the golf tournament, because I got a question to ask Tony about the golf tournament.
Absolutely. So, yes, Mr. O'Neill is the face. And I can honestly say myself and Miss Lee and our coaches and Mr. Perry are really boots on the ground. South Carolina, you got to say boots on the ground when you're in South Carolina. We are officially, making them work behind the scenes. And not being from South Carolina, I'm blessed to have the staff and Miss Lee to kind of come in and point me in all the right directions and help out to help get this done, because we wouldn't get it done without everybody and their connections and how our family works. So we start on Thursday. So Thursday we come in and it's the soiree, and it's finger foods. It's not a meal. We're not asking you to come in Sunday's best or get all dressed or you're going to a banquet, but it's a fun, relaxed event. You can put some clothes on, look nice, and get out and have a great time. Yeah. We'll have drinks there, but finger food. So again, eat a little meal before you come, and we'll put something on your stomach, but it's not to fill you up, but it's a good time because we're dancing, we're moving, we're not sitting down talking. It's an event to keep on moving and keep talking and networking and learning our community and who's going to feed back into our student athletes. And that goes, we say 9:30. Sometimes, we get JB on the mic and it may turn a different direction, but it's always a good time. And we're going to hang out and have fun. Even though that next Friday morning is very early, we get there at 7 a.m. to welcome and set up for our golfers to come in between 8 and 8:30. And it's a 9 o'clock shotgun start. And we're going to get them out there in that heat. We'll have our student athletes that are here for the summer. We'll have our rest of our staff riding around on golf carts with water to make sure nobody passes out on us and just stays hydrated. And then when they come off that course, it is a meal by the Burgess family and Burgess brothers that we all know we come for this meal. And they'll be there ready to serve us and take off. It's going to be a beautiful, beautiful 2 days.
Wow. And one of the things that I have just mistakenly assumed was Friday, Saturday, but it's Thursday, Friday.
It's Thursday, Friday.
Correct.
How did we end up going a little bit earlier in the week?
Well, we've always been Thursday, Friday.
Have you?
Yes. It just works. Saturday, people getting out of here and going home, enjoy the rest of the weekend. Or some stay. I mean, people have been staying the whole weekend. So it's always been Thursday, Friday, man.
Yeah, and see now you got a party at the O'Neill residence.
All right.
The after party.
Don't tell Bonnie.
Don't tell Bonnie.
See, I already know Miss O'Neill was gonna be like, "Who told them to come to the house?"
I'm gonna say Mickey did it, baby. It was all Mickey, baby.
Now tell me, you at the Wybo golf course?
Yeah. So we had to go to Wybo this year because there's a couple of historical things happening.
Okay.
So the weekend that we normally host a golf tournament is next week, but this young lady next to me is graduating from one of the elite NCAA leadership institutes, and so it was no way we couldn't be there to support her when she walks across that stage and receive this phenomenal honor. So. Yeah, so Dionne is, graduating from the Leadership Institute, and the beauty of it is, I was a member of the second class. I walked into the reception this year, and I kid you not, Mickey, I had to walk out, and I'll tell you why. I'm sitting there talking with Dionne and them and the girl, the young people, and one of them said, "Oh, I was born the year you graduated, Mr. O'Neill." And I said, "You know what? It's one thing to support, but when you born the year I graduated, wow. I gotta go." So I looked at Dionne and said, "Y'all have fun." So with Dionne graduating and then also, the weekend after they're aerating the place, So we had to move to Wabu, who open arms, they welcomed us. And uh, Congressman Clyburn, when he holds his big tournament, they utilize the facility, as well. So we knew it was a good track, and the hospitality was great. And, so we're looking forward to it. But we will be back at Santee next year, and we will move the date back to the third week in the month. So, but, and then we had to gauge it based on the 4th of July, give people time. And it's tricky for us because we're right after the 4th of July and before Congressman Clyburn's big tournament. And they're coming for Congressman Clyburn. He gets 4 golf courses for his tournament.
Excuse me, time out. He gets how many?
4.
Wow.
Yeah, it's huge.
Wow.
And then and the beauty of it, and he's at ours. Well, you got a chance. I remember the first, you was like, wait a minute, you mind? And he was like, come on, take the picture. Say hello. Yeah, so,
Oh, my mother's waiting to meet him. She was so hurt he wasn't there last year. She's like, that's the person I want to see.
Wow. Well, congratulations, Dionne. And I love the family staying together and support and to be there. Tony just shows some longevity in your part that you can be around and see the next 4 generations come by.
4 generations, right. Hey, let's say he crawled so I could walk. Isn't that how it works?
That's exactly how it works. That's what we do. We try to make it easier for those coming behind us and go through things that we can take time to share with.
Absolutely.
So, when you see that fork in the road coming, somebody will tell you, that one's 4 lanes, but that might not be the lane you want to go in right now. You might want to grab another lane, What would, Dionne, I know it's hard to follow Tony, so I'm going to ask you to go first. What would you want to say to people about the event and about the weekend's activities to encourage them to come and support?
I would say the whole part of our goal here at Claflin Athletics to impact our student athletes as a whole. And this event is not only for our community to get to gauge us as a department, get to know who we are, and really truly understand why we do what we do for our student athletes, as well as raise money for our student athletes. So we want you all to come out, get to know us authentically, and then become a part of our family, longevity, long while. See you at every single golf outing, see you at games during the season, no matter what sport. So that's the goal for us from my viewpoint.
Okay. T.O., who's nodding his head in recognition and approval. She works with you now, so I don't want her to have to follow you. Tony, what would you say?
No, very well said. It's about telling our story, Claflin is very special. We've moved to the CIAA from the athletic standpoint to tell our, to promote college athletics. But Claflin has been longstanding in this community and has done some phenomenal things. But we are just one to make sure that people know us throughout the country, not just in the state of South Carolina. We're ranked in the country, academically. So we're just trying to tell our story more and more. Our new brand, we just did a branding campaign and, but we just want to put it out there. Claflin University in Orangeburg, South Carolina, the city of Orangeburg is growing tremendously. We have support from the school district to the city, again, all the way up to Congress, the governor, but Orangeburg is special and Claflin is special. And, this is just a part of us telling our overall story, and we're using this front porch. Athletics is the front porch of the university because, good, bad, or indifferent, people are drawn to sports. They're drawn to sports. And when you're putting a product out here, as you can see, I purposely put the CIAA championship trophies behind me, and they're there when we are presenting to potential sponsors and recruits that come in. I will give you a disclaimer, Mickey. All second place and third place trophies, the coaches they can keep those in their office and make their office look good. I told him I'm a little selfish. You know, I got a couple of more that's sitting in the coach's office, and we're waiting on the new stands to come. You know, cases to come in so I can get those trophies in here. But but yeah, it's about, you know, telling our story, telling Claflin's story, and selling the city of Orangeburg. And, you know, and I'll say this: the movie theater that's in the city of Orangeburg is on our campus. We built it when we built our new student center. You know, bringing in, you know, groups from all over the country, and it's just it's coming back. We were in Greenville and we were looking, and like, Orangeburg is not far behind with what we're bringing to this area to promote this beautiful country, this beautiful side of South Carolina.
Well, we appreciate the kindness of those words that you said, and the things that Claflin has achieved and continues to achieve. The only part about it is, I think that you understand, is that a lot of times you have to toot your own horn louder for people to know what you do. It's like being a straight A student and nobody knows you're a straight A student.
Right.
And so they don't recruit you to come to the school because then nobody let them know that Dionne was a straight A student and taking college prep courses and da. You know, and then someone says, well, if you do well, people will recognize it. No, we want to make it easier where they don't have to look that hard for us. We want them to know what we've done and be able to let people see it and hear it. And as we work with Insights with Claflin, it's always been amazing, and we always try to promote different things outside of athletics that Claflin has going on that people were amazed to hear. You know, so the things that are going on at Claflin are noteworthy, and people need to be aware of it. And this is just a small part of it, you know.
Yes.
You know, that athletic piece is just like I say, it's the front door. We sitting on the front porch, but come on in, because it's a whole academic backbone behind us that's highly successful, and we want y'all to see that.
Yeah. And Mick, in closing, I would like to congratulate, you know, the department again, the student athletes, and the coaches and the staff for their hard work. We have, again, over 3.3 GPA as a department, not 3.4. 3.4. I'm sorry. She just went over it again, but we have a 3.4 overall GPA for our department. I opened up some boxes mail this morning to see our CIAA academic awards in there, so I'll be putting a case in here to put those all over as well. So but yeah, I'm proud of what we're doing and competing at the highest level. I don't say the term win championships anymore, because, you know, it takes a lot to win a championship, but if you're competing at the highest level, you give yourself a chance, and that's all you ask for. You got to get a lot of things to fall in your place, but you got to be in the hunt to have that chance. And as long as we're in the hunt, you know, we're going to catch us a few, you know. And our goal is to, you know, without having football and without having all of the sports, our goal is still win the all conference tournament, you know, championship. For, you know, we still want it. You know, we're missing shoot sports. I mean, we got to win everything. And, you know, I mean, like you say, sometimes you got to toot your own horn. That's our goal. We're trying to get it all. We're trying to get it all. I had a student come in here the other day. Well, one of our assistant coaches, and she did a presentation, an academic presentation for me. And she must have said it at least 4 or 5 times. Mr. T.O., we heard you loud and clear. We want to be successful in everything we do. And it made me feel good, you know, because, again, this is a former student athlete, now a part of the coaching staff, and trying to give back and take heed to the message that has been delivered. We want it all.
I was just gonna say, Tony, you've gotten a little a little bit more humble, and now he's like, well, I just want to be in the hunt. And then he came around and said, "Yeah, I want to win champions. I want to win everything." I said,
I
"Oh,
want it all. I want it all. We just, as long as we're in the hunt, we got a chance to get it all, baby."
now that I've said that, let me rephrase it. I want to win everything. And that's what you have to do. And your attitude about it just does not pertain just to athletics. It's academically. I want you to be an honor roll student. I want you to have straight A. I want you to have excellent grades. We want to win and compete on all levels. And congratulations to Claflin and the continued success. And congratulations to Dionne the Diva and being able to add that to your resume and what you've learned in preparation. And I'm going to keep my words to myself. I was told I said it too much when we first started this.
Yeah, you better be quiet.
They continue to do well. Matisse and Dionne continue to do well. And as an athletic director, that's the best compliment you can have is to see them continue to grow and bloom, and hope that in some small way that you had something to do with it. So, congratulations to y'all, and we look forward to the tournament and the success of the tournament again. Yes. It's a special thing, and we've been talking about it and wanted to have an opportunity to let people know that it was coming quickly and that they still had time to get involved. What do they need to do to be a part, register, and where they need to contact, what website they need to go to. Let's get all that information out there, Dionne, so people won't say they didn't know.
So there is a link. You can go on our website to register for the tournament. You can also email myself. My email is dmccollum@claflin.edu. You can email me directly. My office number is 803-535-5365. Contact me. I'll get you everything you need and have you registered today.
Okay, and for all us old people who mind doesn't move as quick, there's 5 or 6 generations ahead of her. Say that phone number again, please.
The phone number is 803-535. Mickey.
Dionne.
803-535-5365. As well as my email is Dionne McCullum, DMCCOLLUM
Can I speak now?
Yes.
Now this is the young lady who got on before we got on. Mickey, I only have 24 minutes and 36 seconds, so we got to wrap this through quick now. Okay, I got you. Let me move the camera view a little bit to the right. But no, I was gonna get her. So, ladies and gentlemen, we want y'all to know that we always enjoy having them, especially when you can get them both together. Oh, that's gonna be entertaining right there.
Now, if you had all 3, we was in trouble.
Yeah, you see, I only asked for one. I ain't trying to I wasn't trying to get the queen on. I was like, no. Ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate having these two with us here today to bring you up to date with what's going on in Claflin and with this very, very prestigious event. It almost got away from us. We started I said, whoa, this tournament's coming up right around the corner. We need to let people know, how much we support Claflin and how much you need to support Claflin. Thank y'all for being with us. Yeah. Anything you want to say, either one of you, in closing?
No, thank you, Mick. I'll let Dionne close, but I want to thank you again for your support. We've been friends for a long time, and we've seen a lot together. And what you're doing with your show has been very helpful to Claflin Athletics, for just to Tallahassee, just to the world, and being the deal that you made, being all over the world. Your show is seen all over the world. But I want to thank you again for, being a part of what we do. And tell you I love you, man.
Love you too, man. And family is family. I mean, right. You go through stuff and you just be there for each other and try to help and say, hey, ain't no judgment. We just all together. We're going to stand united in the battle. That's what we're going to do.
There you go, mate.
So
Dionne, close it out, Dionne. Let Dionne close it out.
I got to talk about family real quick because I will say, since coming to Claflin and meeting Mickey through you all, me and Mickey found out one of my former athletes played for his daughter in Florida.
Wow.
And he played for me in Detroit. So I said, God work in mysterious ways, and we're all here for a reason. But this year, 2025, Nissan of Orangeburg PAWS Up Golf Classic. You do not want to miss these events. You sign up for the golf outing, you need to be at the soiree. It is a must be at, must attend. Put that outfit on and come out and have a blast with us over these 2 days. You don't get 2 days with many tournaments. We are unique and we are special, and we would love to have you here with us.
Oh, now that's the way to close it.
That's how you close, baby.
Right there today.
That's how you close.
That's how you close. Wow. Hey, that's a mic drop. That's a mic drop. I appreciate you as always, and all the things from there. And I will say this: that gift bag. I've been a former coach, athletic director, all of the above. But that last year's gift bag, man, that might have been the best gift bag ever. It's not. There's probably 4 items in there that I use on a daily basis.
Wow,
that's awesome. That's awesome.
I was like, oh Lord, look at these sandals. Right size too. Oh, this might work. and I've been over there in the student union buying some paraphernalia. This stuff came in the gift bag. Man, I could take this back. Man, I appreciate y'all here.
All right. Thanks, Mick.
Thank you, Mickey.
See you in 2 weeks, bro.
Man, I appreciate you.
All right. God bless.